Hello everyone, my name is Al, and welcome to a professional series of StarCraft 2. Today in the top right, our blue Protoss player from South Korea, none other than herO. In the opposite corner, one of my absolute favorite Zergs from Canada, we have Scarlett. So, first map of this series is Waterfall. It is a best of 3 series between two very good players. I realized that I actually haven't done a herO game in a while, or Scarlett, and I really like watching these two play. They both have very unique styles for their respective races. Obviously, herO's coming in. He's doing the whole shaking up the meta thing, which everyone loves to see. Let's be honest, we all really love to see it. Scarlett though, I don't know, there's something about her play that is always just very exciting. She is a Zerg player that can macro with the best of them, but she knows when to pull the trigger and play aggressive. And yeah, it generally makes for some interesting playstyles. Very often she'll also be quite willing to throw in a bit of a cheesier build in order to win a series. So we'll have to see how this series develops between these two players. So far nothing too major. herO going down for the Nexus and the low ground, gonna go into the Cyber Core. He's probably gonna block that up there, and we'll see what the tech of choice is. Scarlett on the other end went for the hatch, the gas and the pool. We'll have to see if she goes for a quick third. There comes the pylon, second gas being taken. This probe is still here. How annoying. 2 sets of Zerglings coming up, a standard early game. We do not see any rotation here. That does mean that we're going to probably see Stargate. There it is, the Stargate comes up. Scarlett knows this. She knows if the Cyber Core isn't spinning, well now it is, by that point, or like immediately after it finishes, it means that the Stargate is on the way. She doesn't even need to scout, just having the Overlord over here, if I can press the right buttons, yeah, that does the trick. Oh, that's the one I wanted. She doesn't need to see that the Cyber Core is there, she knows it's there. Going into her third base, yeah, we'll have to see. In terms of these two players around the world, Scarlett is not as ranked as highly as I think many players or many viewers would think she is. herO, he's considered to be the best Protoss in the world right now, and I think that's pretty safe. He's playing some insane StarCraft in many tournaments. I mean, his GS Ultra, ooh, nice little pick off there. Ooh, double tumor, that is very good from herO. Gets it stuck in the wrong place, not ideal. A couple of drones. One drone. Okay, nice, nice. Getting a lot of work done with that first adept, not bad at all. We do see an Oracle, only one. There's already one out, and there it goes. This stage just being hit by queens from all sides. Ooh, don't lose it, herO. herO, don't lose it. 7 health. It's gonna probably wait for the second one. These Zerglings, they're having a look around. Scarlett sees that the third Nexus is coming up. Yeah, she knows what she's up against. She's going for upgrades. Why is he making a pylon there? Did herO just want to extend the wall? I'm sure that's a wall off. Interesting. Ah, well, probably that's why, just for warp-ins. Interesting. Sometimes, I mean, the pro players are relatively quite specific about their building placements and things, so it's always a little bit interesting to see what they do with it. We do see a Twilight coming up, and a Forge. This stage 3 adept. Is he gonna follow through with the Shade? Ooh, splits them. 2 in their natural, 1 getting cancelled. 3 workers down so far. At the same time, the oracles are getting destroyed by queens. 6 workers, but Scarlett has gotten rid of an oracle and all 3 adepts. 9 workers in total. Not too bad. I don't think this is a terrible position for Scarlett though. Like, she wants more drones. Okay, that's nice. Retaliates with 5 worker kills of her own. Nice little Zergling run-by. Very, very important to have those Zergling run-bys going through the entire time. Just keeping the pressure on the Protoss. She has a lot of drones on that 3rd base at the moment. Watch the oracles. Oh, defense seems pretty solid at this stage. Gases are finishing up. The 4th base is going to finish up soon. herO is going for a little bit of gateways. Oh, just the 4. Blink is on the way. herO with his favorite spell, Blink. He really does love Blink. So, while I've got herO actually on the match, let's talk a little bit about his very defining style. So, in terms of this matchup, there was a long time where there were quite a few openings, and then there was a time where it was essentially every road leads to Skytoss. And generally, it was about, we called it the Void Ray period. For about a year and a half or something, maybe even 2 years. All Protoss players would do was open Stargate, make a bunch of Void Rays, put insane pressure on the Zerg, kill a bunch of bases because Void Rays were so good. This is a decent engagement. Zergling's getting a good wrap around. herO, I don't know if this was quite worth it. The creep chimmers are nice, yeah. Good control with the Zerglings there, catching all of the stalkers. They've got Blink, but the Zerglings coming in once again. Yeah, not a very good use of the army there. Charge coming up. Okay, more stalkers coming to reinforce. Zerglings will pull away. Not too bad. But yeah, we saw Void Rays being built a lot, and then the Protoss player would sit back, go into carriers and Tempests and all of the big Skytoss units. Zerg would be forced to expand all over the map and create spore forests, and it would be generally long games where neither player can really kill each other for quite a long time. So, spectator value during that time, pretty rubbish. And I don't think one was stronger than the other. The top Zergs were always winning with it against that Skytoss. When I say the top Zergs, I mean herO. On the ladder, oof, it was terrible to play against. It's absolutely horrible. You see some roaches coming up, by the way. hero's going to be a little bit aggressive. But then herO comes back and he starts doing very much what he's doing now. Instead of going for Stargate units, he went for a bunch of oracles and then a lot of gateway units and expanded as rapidly as the Zerg. You see, we can see the fourth base is coming up. Initially at the start, he was expanding faster than Zerg players, and generally in this matchup, it's viewed that a Zerg player needs to be one base ahead of a Protoss or a Terran player. This stage, just a little bit of scuffling between. Can the Banelings getting stuck behind the roaches actually. Scarlett trying to get the roaches to tank, but that also does mean that the Banelings can't quite get through. Yeah, her Zerg creep is not as far as she wants it to be. Ooh, nice little Baneling move here, getting 15 workers. Ooh, that is very nice. Going in for some more. That's 25 workers down. Ooh, there's a lot happening here. Zealot run by in the third of Scarlett. That's a lot of damage. She is now up more than 20 workers. That is a huge worker lead. Fantastic counter harass while herO was putting all that pressure on. That was actually really good work by Scarlett. But yeah, so to finish my super long story, herO came in and he made a lot of gateway units. Ooh, more. Ooh, 39 workers, 40 workers. Scarlett, you are on absolute fire with these Baneling run-bys. I've missed a bunch of them, so I'm sorry for that. Maybe I'm talking too much rubbish. herO making a bunch of oracles. He's on 5 oracles now. trying to help deal with this army. I don't know if he's going to be able to. Yeah, Ravagers pushing in aggressively. Ooh, Banelings getting connections there. This base is in trouble. The Ravagers are going to walk through. The Banelings come rolling in. They're going to hit the mineral line once again. Big hit. 15 more workers going down. Scarlett in a dominating position in this matchup. Just fantastic use of Banelings. Gets rid of the third base. She's going to get rid of the fourth base on the way out. herO, I don't think he's going to come back from this one. The supply is telling the whole story. And yeah, these Stalkers just can't deal with the Ravagers. What a fantastic push here. GG is called. Scarlett takes game number 1. Alrighty, so here we are in game number 2. Scarlett taking a very convincing win in the first game against herO. Some really good Baneling run-bys. Very nice to see. Do you see what I see? I see... Oh no, never mind. hero's just going for the block. I thought this probe was also falling down. This pylon at the top is just going to be used to wall off. This one is going to go block the natural. I thought he was going to do some proxy shenanigans, but doesn't seem like it. Scarlett going to go for... Oh, look at that timing. Yeah, blocks it. She decides, nope, I'm out, going for the third base. So yeah. Anyway, that is the herO style. So if you hear anyone talking in StarCraft, okay, about, you know, the new meta of Protoss, that's kind of where it is now. A lot of players have different variances on it, and even herO has a bunch of different variances. Initially started out going very, very mineral heavy, little gas, and just zealots. Just like zealots and a couple of stalkers, and he would just pump out 1 million zealots. It was really a very Zerg way of playing. Lots of workers, and lots of zealot run-bys, zealots just attacking everywhere. Now he's kind of refined it into the point where he's using a lot of stalkers, which is really, really awesome. But yeah, other players have different ways of doing it. Some of them will go into robo, some players will eventually go into things like DTs and stuff. But yeah, it's shaken up the meta for good. We don't just see the usual carriers and stuff. A lot of players do still go into Skytoss in the late game, but it's not the same as it was, where it's just this long drawn out game where it's boring. The Protoss players tend to be very aggressive now. So yeah, makes for a much better spectator sport. Anyway, I'm going to be a little bit more focused here, make sure that I don't miss any run-bys. I get a little bit excited when I talk about herO. Yeah, Scarlett's such a good player. I think Scarlett is... I don't think she's underrated at all. No, she's got a huge following. There are a lot of Scarlett fans, but you know, every now and then she really does just... She takes the best players in the world. I mean, he's the top Protoss in the world. And she crushed him in that game. So we'll see what herO does in game number 2. How he's going to come back against this. Going for the Stargate again. Oh, pylon block. That's just being irritating. The Adept is going to come try to delay this even further. Yeah, there it comes. Second pylon. Okay, and that seems like it's just going to go to the third. That's going to be cancelled. It's just a little bit annoying delaying that third base. Okay, third base is delayed. Adept, oof, getting 2 workers. Yeah, hero's control on the earlier game Adepts have been pretty good. He's been getting some nice damage with them. Scarlett eventually going to go for her third base. A little bit later than she would like to. But there you have it. Gateway coming up, Oracle coming up. Quite standard for herO. So far, nothing major for Scarlett. We're going to have to see if she decides to go roaches again, or maybe something else a little bit different. So far, just scouting with a bunch of Zerglings around the map. Oracle does spot them. It's going to try cancel the third, but with the Oracle and the Adept, yeah, well, not cancel the third, at least get rid of the probe. Not going to be able to. Nice little positioning. I don't know if I like that pylon position. It's going to make it difficult for the probes to actually get some mining done. Oh well. He knows better than me, so I'm not going to argue with that. Again, we see the early Twilight. Double Oracle coming through. Let's see if they can get a bit of damage done. Trying to take on the Queens. Ooh, there's one low health Queen, one dead Oracle. That's not ideal. Oracles are cost gas. I don't know if you want to get rid of Queens. Unless there's a specific reason that he's trying to get rid of the Queens. I wouldn't know. Spores coming up in the bases. Scarlett just playing very defensive. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, 4 gateways coming up. Blink is on the way, so it's the exact same style. 5 gateways. That'll take her up to 7 gateways. Ooh. This seems like it could be a very aggressive timing that is going to be pushing for. I always like timing attacks. Very nice to see. 4th base coming up. Work account. Very close. Army actually the exact same. So as soon as these finish, then I believe hero's going to be pushing. Only thing I don't like about this is with the late rover, it means that you don't get a warp prism early. Without a warp prism, it's very hard for a Protoss player to reinforce, but that's just my ladder hero kind of experience. I struggle to play without having the warp prism there to reinforce. Here on the other hand, he's just like, nope. Oh well, he's just gonna make a pylon. I guess you can do that too. We'll make a couple of pylons. Yeah, this is gonna be quite a dedicated pressure. Gonna be pushing with these gateway units, trying to get something done. The adepts trying to get in, they're gonna not shade. Zerglings trying to get rid of the pylons. Does see that. Pulls back nicely. This is a lot of stalkers. The roaches are on their way, but it's only 6 roaches. This could do a lot of damage. Yeah, there goes the stalkers. Zerglings following the adepts. That's fine. Hero doesn't mind that. That leaves the stalkers open to get rid of the queens here. More stalkers being walked in, reinforcing. Blink is done, so have a look at this blink micro. Hero can make himself, or put himself in such good positions just by his unit control. The blink micro that he has, keeping those stalkers alive, blinking them away. Yep. Kiting. Zerglings do get a bit of a surround, but nothing too major. Yeah, with blink, you can just keep blinking them away. Slow zealots? Really? That's not ideal. Yeah. A little bit low on the gas count, so slow zealots it is. Okay, a couple of ravages here to help. Only 5 so far. This is gonna be nothing too major in terms of damage here. Hero's production is non-existent at this stage. There he's got probes coming again. Yeah, at this stage it's just warping in units. This is just going to be a little bit more pressure. And this could be a kill on the 4th. Scarlett is going to come try to defend it. The creep spread here is not ideal. Would definitely have liked to see this creep a little bit further out. Obviously she's trying to put out the fires. Ooh. Something obviously happened there in the game. They had to recover the game from a replay. Interesting. Maybe they had some problems with sound or things like that. Okay, while Hero's pushing, we see the Zerglings moving around. They're going to try to get rid of the pylons. That means that Hero's not going to be able to reinforce. Not ideal. Is finally getting charge. Scarlett deciding to go for her 4th base on the other side. Zerglings moving in. Yeah, there's been a big probe cut. There's not as many probes as I think Scarlett would have expected yet. Hero has just been warping in units. Super battery being used to protect there. Nothing too major. Scarlett, I think for the moment, has defended this. Her work account is very close to Hero's because she's obviously been making army to counteract this stalker ball that Hero's got. But yeah, he's just kept the creep back all the way, kept Scarlett in her own natural. It's not where the Zerg player wants to be. Hero gonna go for his 4th, so he's gonna transition out of this one. Banelings are on the way. So I think Hero was hoping to be able to completely get rid of Scarlett, but she happened to just have the right amount of units. This is not ideal. Zergling's gonna pull off a cancel here for sure. Yep. Stalkers are moving across to get rid of the Zerglings. Nice little aggressive blink. He does get a bunch of them. But yeah, Scarlett seems to be okay. So she is getting her 5th base now. This game is solidifying. Forge coming up. Eventually hero's going to be able to start working on the upgrades. It's a lot of Stalkers. Big army for both players. Yeah, again, hero just doesn't have the reinforcement capabilities. I don't like that. I think really, like just get a robo. But again, he is the best Protoss player in the world for a reason, so I am definitely not going to argue. More roaches coming up. The zealots are really great. They help to deal with those Zerglings, so the stalkers can put some damage out to the ravagers and also just have something to tank for them. Very important to have a nice mix of the two, just because if the Zerglings get around these stalkers, that puts them in a dangerous position. The zealots really just help with that tanking ability. Aggressive blink forward, you're onto the ravagers. It is quite nice. Takes a couple of biles to the face. That's not ideal. Suddenly this position, I don't know, I think hero's overextending. Yeah, you gotta go back. He just does not have the reinforcements, and at this stage Scarlett is way ahead in army. Now the one problem is Scarlett's economy is not as good as she'd want it to be. 57 workers at the 10-minute mark. That is way lower than she would want. At the same time, we see a bunch of zealots warping in on this side, so they're probably going to go to a different direction. And Scarlett's going to have to defend in 2 places at the same time. They're just actually going to walk straight through the middle here. Get some Zerglings on their way. Now splitting up nicely. Base gets cancelled, or gets taken out by the oracles. Nice work there by herO. Ooh, this is very good. Some multi-pronged harassment here, getting rid of the queen. Yeah, this is damage that Scarlett didn't need. Recalls, not too bad. Yeah, that's very good. And now you see, this is the problem. Now Scarlett is forced to drone up when hero's actually had the worker lead. So that was a nice little attack there in a multiple locations. Scarlett, I think you gotta do something. You gotta get that creep out a little bit. I'm a bit worried for her this game. Okay, roaches and 2 Zerglings coming across. There are units to defend. I think hero's gonna be okay. At the same time sending Banelings. Banelings. Make the Banelings go boom. Yep, that's 1 dead shield battery. 4 oracles out at this stage. What's hero's transition going to be? Is he just going to stick on Stalker? Stalker Zealot? Go Banelings, go! They are getting taken out. Just trying to get them into the mineral line again. And 10 probes down, but that's also from this location at the same time. Okay, this I like. I really like this attack from Scarlett. Double pronged harass. She's getting rid of a base there. She has been losing workers. I assume that's to the oracles, which have now come to help defend. That's a lot of oracles. And yeah, roaches and ravages, they don't shoot up. It's a problem. Now, Protoss units are imbalanced. Zerg cannot shoot up with most units. No, I'm joking. That's a joke. Zerglings trying for a counter attack here while hero is pressing very heavily on this side. The Spire is coming up for Scarlett. She's probably planning on going into Mutas or transitioning towards maybe Broodlords. Yeah, this is a good counter attack, but this base is also in trouble. I think Scarlett's going to struggle to defend here. The oracles are at home to defend, but I think, yeah, the energy is a little bit low, so this base is in a bit of trouble. herO gets rid of this base and is now returning his army to get rid of this little attacking force from Scarlett. Ooh, supply is not ideal. Alright, well, good work by herO. He knew exactly how long he could afford to leave his army attacking. Scarlett going for another run by. She's at this stage trying desperately just to keep that Protoss army off of her creep, keep it away from her base. Zerglings, yeah, they're trying, but there's a big army here and she has no way to deal with it. Banelings gonna roll through and do nothing. They could have gotten some decent detonations, and they just didn't. Zerglings making good work. hero's worker count is an absolute tatters. Scarlett getting a lot of work done with these couple of Zerglings. At the same time, this base is in trouble. This is a scrappy game. This is so scrappy. Scarlett's dealt a ton of damage. That's 13 workers lost. It's 38 probes lost. I mean, 25 drones, don't get me wrong. hero's also lost a lot. And Scarlett is still mining. hero's income is not what it used to be. This base does get taken down. That's going to slow Scarlett down quite a lot. That is a lot of oracles. They're just going to go toe to toe with the queens. And then go zap some roaches. They're running for their lives. Run! Oh, okay, yeah, these oracles are dealing the damage. Without the queens to defend, a bunch of stalkers here. Scarlett's economy is in ruins, and I think herO, with a very aggressive match, gets a single G out of Scarlett, and he takes game number 2. Okay, and we are on Moondance for our final match of the series. The decider between these two. Who is going to take it? Is herO going to be able to continue with the nice comeback, or can Scarlett bring it back to take this series against herO? Seems to be the same build orders as before. Although at this stage, hero's not going for the block, which is quite interesting. Oh, setting up their camera hotkeys and everything. That was a very interesting game. herO just kind of stuck on his stalkers, stuck on his zealots, and just kept on pushing. Scarlett tried to do counterattacks, and it did go very well, but she just didn't have an answer. You see, she's even surprised that there's not a probe ready to block the natural. It's like, hang on, wait, there's no probe yet? Alright, well, I'll take the natural then. That used to be a bigger problem than it is nowadays, but obviously if a Zerg can take the natural, that's not too bad. But yeah, she just didn't have a way to deal with the Oracle. And I think that was kind of her downfall. herO made a lot of oracles, and this probe is on a mission. Where are you going, Mr. Probe? herO deciding that he might do a little bit of a cheeky proxy in the final game. Always good to throw one of these in a best of 3 series. Nothing wrong with it. It's not quite as full commitment as a cheese, but can still get something done. Overlord is going to come in, but yeah, I don't think Scarlett's going to be able to find this one. So we see the bound's probably just going to be a Stargate for an Oracle to come through nice and early. Moondance is a funny map because it's got this pocket base, but I don't like this pocket base because it's only got 6 mineral patches as opposed to the normal 8. So Zerg players generally don't like this one. Also, it's only got a single gas. Protoss players are quite happy to take it. Terran players definitely, because Terrans love to turtle. What? You said that, not me. So yeah, we'll see what happens, what these two players decide to take on this map. This is an interesting final map, so we could see something. Yeah, there it is. Proxy Stargate, so it's going to be an Oracle just coming in that little bit quicker. See if Scarlett is able to defend it. herO, you've set a bar with your first Adept. Let's see if you can get some damage with this one. I don't think so. Maybe that's why herO didn't go for the block in this one, because he knew there was going to be a proxy, or he knew he was going to proxy. So didn't want the base to be over here because it's easier for the Oracle to fly around this way. Maybe. I am absolutely just guessing. It could be. So far, just the Oracle. See if Scarlett gets any spore crawlers. It's just, yeah, she's making queens. Got a couple here now. So we'll see if this can do the damage that it needs to do. I mean, it only needs to deal a little bit of damage. And that kind of justifies the Stargate in the beginning. herO likes to use the Stargate though, so... Alright, here it comes. First Oracle moving out. It's 1, that's 2, 3. Now that's some good damage. And loses it. No, not ideal. Bit of a misclick, miss micro there. It's not what you really want. He is getting another Oracle. Scarlett at this stage just standing outside. There is a big hole in the wall. herO, what is this wall? Oh no, it's not. What is this wall? It's so bad to look at. There's so much space for Zerglings to get something done here. Even a Baneling. Okay, anyway, sorry. The second Oracle coming in again. Ooh, this is actually a decent amount of damage. herO does, Scarlett, I should say rather, does find the proxy, so she's going to try to get rid of the pylon, which will allow, or which will stop allowing herO to get rid of the oracles. How many does he have now? He lost another one? No. No, it's somewhere. Just don't know where it is. Couple of adepts coming through. In terms of actual damage, that is 8 workers. 8 workers for an oracle. Okay, only lost the 1 oracle. That's not too bad. Evo chamber coming up, and we see the forge. We see double forge this time, so he's going to be going for a little bit more of an upgrade heavy army, and comfortably taking the 3rd pocket base. Yeah, you see the Zerg player expands out. The Protoss players, they tend to expand inwards. Bunch more gateways coming up. Roach Warren. Pretty much the same that we've seen. Yeah, these two, they're not trying to be too cheesy against each other. They appreciate the skill and they respect the skill of the other one. So they're just trying to play straight up games. Yeah. It's pretty good to see. They've been playing interesting against each other. I can't say who's been better. I mean, Scarlett had a much better game 1. I don't think she did well or did poorly in game 2, but herO just being ruthlessly aggressive. Non-stop pressure. 4th base is going to come up. He's going to get a 4th base before Scarlett does. Look at the madman. Yeah, there it is. I do think this is going to lead Scarlett into some aggression with her roaches. She's got it. If she's not going for the 4th base, that's 8 roaches on the production. So yeah, she is planning on getting a little bit aggressive. Roaches very good against adepts and, you know, sentries. They're not ideal. Good with force fields and things, but a bunch of roaches, they can do a lot. Meanwhile, there's a line of overlords just kind of having a good time. Ooh, this is going to be scouted. Yeah, herO does see the roaches. That means that he should have some response. Whoa, bunch of gateways coming up. Nice little sim city here that's going to make it hard for Zerglings to get into this 3rd base. Here comes the Zerglings. Scarlett, are you going to be aggressive? Yep, the roaches are on their way. She's going for the pocket base now. Might be a little bit too late. Would have preferred maybe, but she probably doesn't want to be too aggressive in this position. And she obviously knows the Stargate is on that side. Blink coming up, +1 coming up for herO, +1 melee, and +1 carapace coming up for Scarlett. So upgrade wise, very close. I think we're just going to see them scuffle a little bit here before they transition into their mid-game armies. Oh, Scarlett doesn't even want to at this stage. I thought she would be a little bit more aggressive. Yeah, there comes another base. You're going to deal with that Stargate. For some reason that always bothers me. I don't know why. Like, just get rid of it. You've got a couple of units, just go destroy it. Otherwise herO sees exactly what you're doing. Charge on the way. Baning speed. Yeah, so quite a slow start for these two. Oh, look at this madman. 5th base. Coming up, very similar timing to the Zerg. A little bit later. Nice aggressive forward base. Yeah, with cannons and batteries. This is a nice and defensible position. Ooh, misrallied overlords. That's not ideal. Supply blocking Scarlett. It's always bad when those overlords get misrallied. We do see a change here in the infestation bit. So Scarlett is definitely going to be going up to Hive. It could just be for adrenal glands. Maybe for lurkers. I think lurkers, Hydra lurker against this style, I think is very good. You can obviously get up to the lurkers. Because when a Protoss is this aggressive, all you need is a couple of lurkers in each base, and suddenly you're good to defend. Scarlett's got a decent army here. Worker counts, once again, very level. herO macros like an absolute madman. Templar Archives coming up. Okay, so we actually see a transition away from the Stargate a little bit sooner than he's been doing in the previous 2 games. So it's going to be Storm against Hive units. Ooh, nice Zealot run by here. This is huge. And Adepts coming in. herO attacking on 2 different fronts. The Banelings taking out the Zealots. Doesn't seem like there's critical damage yet. Yeah, 2 workers going down. But just forcing Scarlett to have to defend on a couple of locations at the same time. Now hero's going to be pressuring on the 5th base. Bunch of Zealots here to help out. Wonder if Storm's even going to come into play here. The Hive is almost done. Oof, last minute blink there. Yeah, this base is in trouble. No, should be fine. The Zerglings wrapping around those Stalkers. herO running. Oracle doing its bit. At the same time, Zealot run by again, going for the other side. These 2 players have just been run by after run by against each other. Ooh. Banelings against these Zealots. I guess not ideal, but worth it. We see some Archons. We see Ultralisks. Really? I guess that's a fair response. So I can see in Scarlett's head what makes sense against mass Stalkers. Ultralisks. The only problem is Ultralisks are kind of bad. Like, Stalkers can just kite for days, especially when they're off creep. I don't know if I like the Ultras. If it was mass Zealot, then yes, because obviously the Zealot has to get into melee range. But against Stalkers, I mean, with a good Ling wrap around and you get those Stalkers trapped, the Ultras will shred through them. So it comes down to when the Ultras catch Stalkers, they deal a lot of damage. But it's the catching them that's the problem. This could be a pretty strong attack though. These Archons, yeah, they're gonna rip through Zerglings. They don't care for Zerglings, and even Banelings. Banelings don't do much against Archons. She's not going for Ultralisks just yet. I kind of do think that she would. Ultralisks are very good defensive unit. The 5th base does get cancelled by the Zealots. A lot of warp-ins at this stage for Archons. Archons are so strong. If you don't have a way to deal with them, they're dangerous. This is a big push coming up here from herO. He's also sending Zealots down towards the 5th base that Scarlett is trying to reclaim. The pressure at this stage very, very high. 1 Ultralisk on the production tab. That's not going to be enough. I think herO might have pushed himself into a very good position. I love the addition of the Archons. They just help to get rid of those Zerglings so well. GG is called. herO takes the series in a very, very well fought best of 3. Yeah, it was interesting watching these 2 players, how they interact with each other. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please make sure to drop a like rating. I appreciate the support. If you want to see more StarCraft content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I am posting almost every day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.